Hello there everybody, it's Jesse, and this is a very special video that I'm very excited to show off to you guys because I've had to keep it under wraps since the beginning of the month, really, when I was invited to play Titanfall with some fellow YouTubers at a big event, got to record gameplay, got to talk to devs. Oh, guys, I'm so hyped for this game, you have no freaking clue. I kind of knew what I was getting into when I went there, but the event showed me experiences in the game that I did not expect at all. And it actually showed me a lot that I loved, and showed me some things that I wasn't too fond of that I didn't really like. I have all that recorded. I'm very excited to show this off to you guys, so without much of bother and further ado, let's get right into it. Before anything though, I want you guys to know that the footage I had to record off my AverMedia, for some reason, the best it could do was 30 FPS, but the game runs at 60. So, just so you're aware, that's the case. So, I know a lot of people had that question right off the bat, and I know the developers wanted me to let you guys know. They're like, don't record at 30 and then not tell them that it wasn't 60. So guys, it is actually 60 FPS. Now, for those who don't know, Titanfall is a competitive, futuristic military shooter where a ragtag band of rebels goes against a big corporate military. You know, both are kind of good in their own way. That's pretty much the story, really. I mean, for me, one of the major concerns I had being a story nerd is without a single-player mode, how would I know any of this? Why would I care? What is, going on in this world? Because in, say, Battlefield or the COD worlds, we get it. We get what's going on because that is our world. We are living in the world that takes place, so we comprehend what's happening. In this game, it's alien, it's foreign. So how do we understand what's going on in this world? Would we need to? I think it's safe to say that in the time that I was there, even if there isn't a single player, there is sort of a campaign, kind of. The story takes place during the multiplayer battles, so there's VO and characters popping up on your screen, trying to inform you what's going on or what's about to happen.
Okay, boss, this is a hardpoint operation. Take control of as many hardpoints as you can. Patch me into them, and I'll take care of the rest.
There's heavy radio chatter, everything's sort of developing around you narratively through this system within the multiplayer campaign. So if that's important to you, that's something to look forward to. If it's not and you don't care, at least you can be thankful that it's not very intrusive. It doesn't really explode onto your screen, it just pops up in the corner, or characters come in when you have downtime. You get the information you need, when you need it, and it doesn't interrupt your game. Gameplay-wise, the battles are always 6v6, with the addition of various grunt units. I'm doing air quotes you can't see right now, but grunt units. The AI on the grunts is, I don't know, it's all over the place, guys. Sometimes they're super smart ninja killers, and other times they walk out of the drop pods and are just like, what do we do? Literally, I cannot count on my fingers the number of times that I just saw a bunch of guys and mowed them down while they stood there. The thing is, though, at least from what I can tell, no matter what mode you play in, they keep coming. It makes it feel like the battle is much, much bigger than it actually is, which, for me is a good thing. I like bigger. Bigger is always better, and in this case, even though it's 6 players versus 6 players, you still feel like there's a ton of stuff going on, which to me is pretty great. Speaking of characters, as you play your character, you complete objectives and gain XP, which levels your guy up, and your soldier now then will have access to all sorts of things like character customization, new weapons, classes like the sniper, and special abilities for the Titan. So while you only start with the rifleman, assassin, and CQB, you eventually can mix and match and customize and unlock more advanced classes and weapons and all sorts of different things. Also, on top of all of that, there are these things called burn cards. Burn cards are actual cards that you get that have special abilities you can equip to your soldier that allow him to either run faster or see enemies through walls or cause weapons to have certain abilities. There are all sorts of things. Once equipped, you can use them in combat, and once you die, if used, you lose the card. According to the devs though, if you use a card and somehow you live through a round, you can keep the card. Apparently it's very tough, but possible. Anyway, really the reason you're playing is because of the Titans. And they don't even come into combat until after a few minutes of actual battle. So, after a certain period of time, you'll get a timer that counts down and it says you can summon your Titan now. Once you do, you can resummon them every so often if they're destroyed, for example. But once that happens, the battle fundamentally changes, because at this point, not only can Titans fight Titans, but Titans can also wipe the floor with any soldiers that are on the ground, just normal battling it out. So it makes you have to run, it makes you have to hide. Taking them on becomes very difficult. You can't just run up to them and shoot. You have to hide and shoot rockets from in the middle of a house trying to protect yourself. It's much more difficult to take on a Titan than anything else you would experience in this game. Now, from what we played, we only had one Titan skin, but I assume you can unlock others as time goes on. I just didn't see any. There were classes like Assault and Tank. We got those to start. Then Artillery was a few levels later. Just like a soldier, when you play, you can unlock custom builds and parts by leveling and just make what you want, which I think is fantastic. Now, I'm aware a lot of you right now are like, I don't care what the Titan looks like. How does it play? Well, I can officially tell you it is just as awesome as you imagine. You can easily call them down, jump in, monitors come pop into life, and then it's time to murder. While killing soldiers is fun and pretty easy, it's actually so much better to fight Titan to Titan. Since at most there can be 12 Titans on the field, it makes the battles so tactical. So when do you fire your rockets? When do you use your shield? When do you push the assault? When do you hold? So many things to think of. It's about being with your teammates and working together, because if you're caught alone, you're dead. Also, for added fun, each class of Titan has its own special ability. So when I played a tank, for example, I could explode upon ejecting. So if I knew I was screwed, I would just run up to an enemy and blow up. Even if I didn't kill it, it took a ton of damage, and I felt pretty good, because then I ejected, and then I was free to call down another Titan later. It's pretty great. But here's my favorite thing about the Titans. It wasn't until later in the night when I unlocked Sniper that I decided to goof around and check out different things, and I learned what may be the coolest thing ever about this game that I had no clue. Maybe it was like released in press information, I just never read it. I felt like a dummy, but I was so blown away. You can get out of your Titan and put it on Sentry or Follow mode, and basically the Titan acts as a big guard dog and just autopilots. And so the autopilot's going around just shooting everything, fighting other guys, dudes are jumping on it. No one notices me because I'm a sniper hiding. So I kept like shooting guys off my Titan keeps fighting other Titans and I keep rocketing them. I can't even, guys, it blew my mind. I had so much fun. Some guy jumped on the back and tried to rip out the electrical parts, and I just sniped him right off. It felt so good. It felt so good. It was awesome. Since I did mention modes earlier, I got a chance to play 3. Last Titan Standing, Hardpoint Domination, and Attrition. They are exactly like they sound. Last Titan Standing is everyone starts in a Titan, the battle goes on until the last one on a team remains. The fun thing is, even if you lose your Titan, you can still try to affect the battle with your soldier, shoot rockets or whatever, but, you know, if you're in the way of a Titan, you could be instantly smashed, so it's a bunch of hiding and trying to play it safe. Hardpoint Domination is your standard capture the flag, and Attrition is your standard kills equal wins sort of affair. The major thing I'd like to point out, though, is that in all the modes, you never really felt like you were dying or insta-respawning. You got a good amount of playtime in, and you accomplish things. And even with all of that, your team still gets crushed. You still get a shot at redemption. Basically, at the end of the battle, a dropship comes down and is like, "Evac, we need to get out of here." And you can fly away, sort of mocking them like, "See you next time." If you escape the battle, it's pretty great. And with all of the good things I've just said, we come to the one thing I did not like. The thing that really stood out, that kind of miffed me a bit, which was that nothing was destructible. Not walls, not soda cans, nothing. It felt like it was kind of silly that giant Titans are going around not destroying things. They're huge, they are bigger than the buildings, and things are not being destroyed. You can hit walls, you can shoot walls, nothing happens. It just does that like graphic of a bullet hole and then it sort of fades. It's really weird, and it kind of felt strange to me. So I asked the developers, I said, "Why did you do this?" And here's the answer they gave me. What they told me, and I guess I'll let you decide if it's a satisfactory answer, was that basically they had to make a choice. Focus on the Titan gameplay or focus on blowing up the world. They decided to go with the Titan to make it more fun because destruction of the world could limit play to people who were playing on foot. A Titan's player could ruin the experience for a guy just playing a soldier because he has no chance whatsoever. If you can destroy all the buildings, you can't use half of your abilities that a soldier would have, like wall jumping, for instance. So it ruins the playability of one type of player. So if you just want to be on the ground and you don't want to have a Titan, I don't know why you'd be playing this game, but apparently that's something they were concerned about. So I guess that's it for my thoughts. You have been watching me play the game, so the graphics should be pretty apparent to you, and the music is very, warlike music, but I didn't really hear much of it because there was a bunch of people there talking and stuff happening in the background, so I was busy doing like 15 things at once. But I can't wait to see what it looks like and sounds like on my PC. I imagine all maxed out, it'll be amazing. So I'll leave you with this. While I am very hyped for this game, I couldn't help but wonder, while playing it, if at some point underneath all the mech warfare and impressive gameplay, if there was enough content to keep players playing. Because I don't know how many mechs there are. I don't know if even that number would be enough. Where are the different modes? Is it just those 3? How many maps are there? We never really got an answer on that. I know I was hanging out with Angry Joe at the time, and even he asked that question, and the answers were sort of joking and silly, so I don't know if we even got one. All these things I need answers to if I can decide if this is a great game or not. But for now, it looks fun. It looks entertaining. I'm going to get it on launch. I'm going to play it on PC and enjoy every second of it. But I will say, the success or failure of this game is based solely on the fact of content. Does it have enough? Because after a week of having fun, people could drop it if there's not enough there to keep them coming back. And I'm telling you now, game companies, if you keep doing the DLC thing, people are going to get tired of it. We need stuff at launch. That's all I'm going to say on this. I hope it turns out to be great. I'm very excited for it, and hopefully you will join me. And that's pretty much all I have to say on this. This has been Titanfall. I leave you with the rest of this match, and as always, to be continued.
Like so far, the mission's far from over. Let's step it up and show the IMC what we can do. You're unstoppable. We're in the lead. Keep it up, pilot.
Warning, health system low.
You're unstoppable.
Pilot, your Titan will be ready in 2 minutes. Hey, your Titan will be ready in 60 seconds. Be advised, Titan ready in 30 seconds. Titan ready in 15 seconds.
Hey, buddy, we're doing great. If this keeps up, I think we're gonna win this fight.
It's on the way. Stand by for Titanfall.
Titan engaging hostile pilot. Engaging follow mode.
Copy, eyes on hostile pilot.
Auto Titan engaging enemy Titan.
We're working on a replacement. I'll get back to you when it's done. Titan will be ready in 2 minutes.
The IMC don't stand a chance. Won't be long before we finish this fight.
Hey, your Titan will be ready in 60 seconds.
All right, we got what we came for. Awesome work, team. Mission accomplished.
I'm detecting incoming IMC dropship. Take out the IMC before they have a chance to escape.
Rock and rolling.
You got it. Stand by for Titanfall. The IMC are trying to escape by dropship. I've marked their evac point for you. Take them out before they get away. The enemy dropship is here. Take it out.
Advertise like shameless whores.